Episode 66.
Hey, those guys are coming to help.
The brawler player suddenly spoke, his tone even carrying a note of surprise. Yishu sighed. This guy really has no clue what's going on. Why would these guilds come to help? They're here to steal the kill. The only reason we didn't move earlier was because this ragtag bunch of 5 wasn't even worth the effort. The blood gunner was going to wipe them out anyway.
Let's move.
Huh?
The brawler player was utterly baffled. The other 4 players were all newbies too. If they weren't, they'd know how dangerous the blood gunner was. They wouldn't have gathered a bunch of no-hopers just to come here and die. But they weren't as green as that brawler player. They could sense something was off. Those guys waited until the perfect moment, just when the boss fight was going smoothly, to make their move. That's not help. Real help is sending charcoal in a snowstorm. Given the situation, it's obvious what they're here for.
Run! You want to die here.
So we fought for nothing.
The berserker in the party spoke up. He could see the situation was turning against them. But if we run now, what was the point of fighting so hard earlier?
Not yet.
All 5 of them were utterly bewildered.
We're out of time. Move.
Even as Yishu spoke, Lord Grimm's attacks never let up. The 3 major guilds were closing in fast. Gunners and other ranged classes were already drawing their weapons and taking aim.
Move!
Finally, someone in the crowd took the lead, turning tail and running. The 3 major guilds didn't even give these people a second thought, and with each guild keeping a wary eye on the others, they didn't bother setting up any kind of encirclement. Seeing the 5 about to flee, none of the guilds immediately sent anyone in pursuit. Instead, they all turned to gauge the reactions of the other guilds. Those were their true rivals. The 3 guild leaders shouted, "Stop," almost in unison. 100 people skidded to a halt, staring wide-eyed at each other. The blood gunner is right there, but if we charge in and start the boss fight now, the other guilds will just ambush us from behind. All 3 guild leaders were thinking the same thing because the battle in the clearing was still raging on. The 5 players who had fled were halfway there when they suddenly realized Lord Grimm hadn't followed them. They looked back and saw Lord Grimm still locked in combat with the blood gunner.
What's he playing at?
The 5 of them were baffled. They were new to the game, not stupid. This guy told them to run, but he stayed behind himself. His behavior was so strange, they couldn't tell if his intentions were good or ill. So the 5 of them all stopped in their tracks.
Get further away. It's dangerous over here.
Yishu suddenly typed a message into the party chat.
But they didn't come to kill us.
Trust me.
Yishu only typed 2 words this time. These rookies really have no eye for talent. If a player of Blue River's caliber were here, they'd be absolutely dumbstruck right now. To be able to type in the middle of such a fast-paced, one-on-one duel with the blood gunner, what kind of insane APM is that? The brawler, Little White, started running without even thinking. He called out to his companions as he fled.
Run!
The other 4 hesitated. 2 of them followed the brawler, while the other 2 stayed put. They were still skeptical of Yishu's words, convinced he was just trying to ditch them. Yishu saw the 5 different reactions. For the 2 who doubted him, he could only feel regret. He had no time to explain. His mouth was busy commanding the fight. He had no time to type either. Those last 2 sentences were a risky burst of APM. Typing those first 8 characters nearly messed up his gameplay.
Could our ranged classes try attacking first?
Blue River was just asking his team for their opinion. He didn't advance himself, instead letting his ranged classes get in some early damage.
There's no guarantee we won't hit Lord Grimm by accident.
Those ranged classes are fierce. Blood Gunner is all about speed, so fighting him is a fast-paced, high-mobility affair. Lord Grim and the Blood Gunner were darting back and forth. Who could tell which one an attack would actually hit?
What the hell is he doing?
Over on the herb garden side, Che Chanzi had already stepped forward and shouted,
Hey warrior, bring your party and join my raid. All the loot is yours.
Damn it.
Blue River inwardly cursed Poplar Carriage's cunning. Once the party joined the raid, all the damage they dealt would be credited to the entire team. Why didn't I think of that?
Lord Grim, join my team. The loot is yours for the taking.
Blue River hurried forward. He felt he was a bit closer to Lord Grim. With the same offer, Lord Grim had no reason not to join their team.
Join our side and all the rewards are yours. We'll even throw in 20 white wolf hairs on top of that.
On the tyrannical ambition side, Yi Wei Young also chimed in. It seemed he thought Yi Chu had a special fondness for white wolf hairs.
Don't believe him, Brother Mo Xiao. How many Frost Dungeon runs has he done? He says he has 20 white wolf hairs. We have 20 right here.
Shi Zhou murmured to himself.
Could this be his real goal all along?
Blue River had a headache. Did this guy really have to turn everything into a transaction, completely refusing to deal with people on a personal level? Lord Grim, however, kept on fighting the monsters, completely unfazed. Seeing this, the three guilds assumed their offers weren't high enough, and so they kept raising the price. The two players who hadn't run off were utterly dumbfounded. Just the offer of all loot goes to you was enough to make their hearts race. The items promised by the three guilds behind them, they'd never even heard of them. But if they dared to put them up as stakes, they must be incredibly valuable. The two of them were so anxious, they wished they could just answer for Lord Grim. But they quickly realized it wouldn't matter if Lord Grim agreed. He wasn't even the party leader, only the leader had the authority to accept or send out invites. They immediately checked the team list. The captain was Brawler Xiaobai. The two of them immediately cried out in the party channel.
Hey, get back here. Why aren't you two running?
Run? What's the point of running?
These guilds over here are making offers. They want us to join their raid group, and they'll give us all the equipment, plus a ton of other valuable stuff. Captain, get back here, now.
The two of them were so worked up they were tripping over their words, scrambling to send the message first.
Really? That's awesome.
What would a rookie brawler know? The mention of equipment had them all fired up, and they immediately turned to run back. The other two guys were just as excited by the message in the party chat. The only one who remained unmoved was Lord Grim. The three guild leaders all crowded around him, extending their guild invitations, only to see the system prompt and smite their foreheads in realization.
Damn it, he's not even the party leader.
Well, the other five just don't make much of an impression.
Where did the captain go?
The three guild leaders suddenly found themselves concerned with someone who had been completely off their radar. Lord Grim suddenly spoke up.
Everyone watch out!
Everyone was bewildered. Lord Grim's circle swing slammed the Blood Gunner to the ground, and then, surprised, the creature suddenly erupted in a bloody aura, letting out a piercing, blood-curdling shriek.
Holy crap! It's enraged!
These three major guilds are all seasoned veterans, with knowledge and experience.
You're kidding me. How much HP is left?
What the hell? Seriously.
100 people stood there, utterly stunned.